A big thing, obviously, Trey Hendrickson was given permission to seek a trade by the Cincinnati Bengals. He has 1 year left on his deal. The team taking him on in the trade is about $16 million in cap. $16 million in a cap hit that
Shut up and take my money
with Trey Hendrickson. But obviously, he is looking for a long-term extension. That is what is most important to him. He has already made that a fact. Wherever he goes, he's probably going to want to sign upwards of $30 million a season after looking at Max Crosby getting 35 or whatever the hell his final ended up being. But Trey Hendrickson's going to try to be in that ballpark. He has had 17.5 sacks in consecutive seasons. He is a four-time straight Pro Bowler, a first-team All-Pro last year. Guy's a game record, and he is going to be a very, very wealthy man coming up very soon. But we'll see what happens. The Bengals are notorious for letting their best players go because they're the cheapest organization in football. But Trey Hendrickson is going to make some fan base very happy very soon.
And you know what fan base that's going to be, right?
Detroit Lions.
Lions fan base. Yeah, this is great news. I mean, the more the merrier on the market when it comes to edge rushers. This is another guy that you can pair with Aiden Hutchinson. And hear me out here, Spenny. Hendrickson and Hutchinson. How's it sound?
H&H? H squared?
I mean, it sounds great to me.
Double H.
H&H assaults?
Double
I know
H.
Easy's been talking, and a lot of people have been talking about how we can't bring it in, about all of the money, but I'm just thinking another one of these. How would
Lions fans,
if Sheila just loaded that signing bonus up, a bunch of money up front, you find a way to make it happen. He's not going to cost as much as a Myles Garrett when it comes to trade and draft capital. You would have to give up. You're going to have to get creative. We've seen a lot of other teams do it. I'm just saying it's not impossible.
And I'll tell you what, Nick, I'm there for it. I'm here for it, absolutely. And one thing, you're worried about Carlton Davis wanting to subtweet and go somewhere else. The easiest way to make a Carlton Davis moving on not hurt is to get Trey Hendrickson and pair him next to Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah. That will make Ennis Rakestraw and Terrion Arnold or Meek Robertson, whoever your combination of cornerbacks is next year, a lot less stressed and a lot less worried if they have those two guys in front of them. Yeah. It's not impossible. It's not something that should be completely written off. It's very unlikely. I would say you have a better chance of landing Myles Garrett than you do Trey Hendrickson. Personally, that's what I believe. But like you said, now that market's starting to get a little cramped.
Oh, yeah.
With top-tier edge rushers looking for a new home. Chris?
I mean, look, you said it first. He's looking for a long-term thing. But we all know, we've all had those experiences where someone might be looking for something a little long-term, but you convince them for a little one-night stand. You convince them for a little quick dance. And I think the Lions have a good chance of doing that. They're the most respected and sought after culture in football right now. They're America's team. And, this is a situation where, we might not be able to offer him that long-term commitment, but we could offer him one hell of a night here in Detroit. So I think that's where you want to go.
Easy. Trey Hendrickson was given the blessing of the Cincinnati Bengals to go out and seek a trade. Do the Lions, is that a thing Lions fans should be?
I've been saying no. Obviously, we know Brad, he's come out and told you himself. He's going to pay his guys inside first. Paul, if that sounded weird.
Hell yeah.
But he's going to pay the guys that with the organization right now. He's not going to go out there. This is equivalent to Brad signing a big free agent. Has Brad ever gone out there and signed a big free agent?
No.
That's just not his repertoire. It's just not how he
But we
But we
know
know he wants an elite edge rusher to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. We know he's called.
Everybody does.
He's called on Danielle Hunter. He's called on Max Crosby. He's called on Myles Garrett. We know that. And now you got a guy that the Bengals said go ahead and make some calls. Because Trey Hendrickson could get that deal anytime. I'd be willing to mortgage some stuff to get Trey Hendrickson, even if it doesn't mean you re-sign him.
I'd be willing to mortgage some stuff. I mean, what stuff we talking about?
I'd give a first-round pick for Trey Hendrickson just for next year.
Just for next year.
I would too.
I was debating this since the news broke. I am
One. That's it. Just one.
I'm down because this defensive end or this D-line class is so good where I think you could get somebody in the second for the long term that's still a quality defensive lineman. Plus, you're getting that third rounder if he leaves. Or you franchise tag him if you can make it work. I'm in.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you do that. You do that. What's the chances that the 28th pick is going to be better than this guy? Even if it's just
0.
1 year. So let's
This
go.
guy was the 28th pick.
It's not 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very unlikely.
He's
Back-to-back seasons of 17.5 sacks.
Exactly.
4 times straight Pro Bowler, first-team All-Pro.
I don't know, man.
Maybe the 28th pick will be that in 3 or 4 years, but not next year.
Like with the Myles Garrett situation, the reason why that makes sense is there's contract control. There's 2 more years in this one. Like this guy, that's not the scenario, and he wants to be traded because he wants a new deal. So is he going to come here and play on that one deal, that 1 year deal?
I think you like even Chris said, I think you can convince him to.
Can you? Because the Cincinnati Bengals in the same scenario right now too with Joe Burrow.
He would have the best season of his career.
Yeah.
To go
Next to
get
Aiden
that bag.
and
Next
the
to
Super
Hutch,
Bowl.
Reader, Aleem,
It's,
Zadarius
again,
Smith.
I prefaced it earlier as saying I still think it's more likely the Lions to get Myles Garrett than it would be to get Trey Hendrickson. But listen, this is what we do. Speculation is our business.
Yes, it is.
It's talking points. And like I said, best case scenario, you get Myles Garrett or you get Trey Hendrickson and you work out a deal and extend him. And everybody lives hunky-dory. But if it came down to the come down, I would give a first-round pick to get Trey Hendrickson, even if it means they don't re-sign him next year.
So for me, we never really verified the Danielle Hunter stuff, but the Myles Garrett stuff is real. But obviously,
I thought the Danielle Hunter
Andrew
was
Berry
confirmed for sure.
is
Yeah, I'm
not
pretty sure.
giving it up. No, I don't think it was ever verified. I'm pretty sure it was like a YouTuber or something like that. The Myles Garrett stuff, ESPN came out with that news. Kimberly A. Martin. It's not going to happen, guys. He would have pursued Danielle Hunter in free agency last year. He would have pursued Gennard in free agency last year. A guy, he's not going to pay these guys externally. I know you're making faces. I know you don't like it. If you're controlling the franchise, if I control the franchise, maybe that's a move that I make, but it's not a move that Brad makes. He's not going to pay this guy. He has to repay. He has to pay Hutch now too. Hutch probably going to get a contract this offseason. It's going to be $30-something million because of Max Crosby yesterday. Just being realistic. And another thing too, he's going to come here and play on 1 year deal for that Super Bowl. He literally went to a Super Bowl with the Bengals. You think they have the same aspirations there? Pretty good quarterback.
Bengals are different though. The
But
Bengals are different than even the Lions, right? The
But he's
Bengals are
not-
the cheapest organization in football, and it's not even close.
But he don't want to pay. He don't want to go play for just go get a Super Bowl. He wants the bag.
He does.
He does.
Otherwise, he would have played out the last year in Cincinnati. This would be a conversation.
He played last year. He already wanted the new deal.
But
he didn't get
this
one.
is his last. But his year coming in.
Yeah,
he's
but if
already
he can't
outright
find a
said.
trade- so if he
this is
can't
year
find a
coming in.
trade,
He's
you
already
think he's not
outright
gonna
said,
play?
"I'm not going to play. I want money."
He said that he's not going to play next year.
Yeah, he said, "I'm setting out, taking my contract."
What? I haven't seen
I
that.
haven't seen
That's in
that.
the Pat McAfee show. There's a clip of it.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, "I don't want things to get ugly. That's why I'd rather get traded right now, because he's not playing until he's paid." That's why I've been saying all along it's not gonna be a thing.
So
You
we
have two
always
30
talk about just
seven back-to-back seasons, 17 sacks. You think he's gonna get paid just as much as Aiden Hudson? You're gonna reset the market twice at the position?
He's going to get paid $30+ million a year.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, guys.
So all right, we talk about how we need to pay Aiden Hutchinson. We do. We obviously do need to pay Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Why do you have to pay him now?
You don't.
You don't. You
The
don't
reason
have
why
to
you
pay
do-
him next year.
The reason why
You
you
can
do is
franchise
he's a
him
second
after
overall
that.
pick,
He's
and his
a-
cap hit is fat. So to avoid that cap hit affecting you and the rest of your team, you restructure him by re-signing him now, and you kick that can down the road.
It's around 20 million, if I'm correct, right?
23 million. Yeah.
23 million. 23 sounds a lot better than 38 million, 39 million.
But it's not. That's what I'm saying though. That's not how the contracts get broken down towards the cap. Like towards the cap. That's why we talk about like these veterans get cut in the back half of their deals. Darius Slade, we just saw happen with other guys like this week too.
Yep.
The fat cap hits are in the back. The front end, you like. I believe Jalen Hurts' cap hit this year was like $12 million. But he has one coming up that's like 49 or something like that. Like Jared Goff's last year was 20-something. Next year it's 69. Like,
And they're going to restructure.
yeah, it's not a 30 like you re-sign Bam 30 a year. No, it's just fucking 12 year, 20
Yeah.
year, 12
So-
year. Yeah.
So
That's what we're
front-load
saying. You
Hendrickson.
could front load a contract and take advantage of still having these guys on their rookie deal, like the backloaded contracts that you're going to have. Why wouldn't you be able to front load Trey Hendrickson's and then backload Aiden Hutchinson's?
Because in real life, they don't do that. I've always wondered that myself too. Why don't you front load these contracts and afford the team around you guys?
Didn't Rams do it with Stafford? They gave him like $120 million signing bonus, so he was like a $7 million cap hit.
I know the Packers gave Jordan Love $75 million as a signing bonus.
They did. But you can still structure that. You can still spread that to the cap however you want to. It's not just like that year. It's $120 million.
4 years where it is that big number. Mm-hmm. But we've seen teams restructure after the fact. I don't want to say it's never going to happen. Realistically, it's probably not. But I just want to be, why are all the other teams, especially the top line teams, the Eagles specifically, getting creative? So creative with these contracts where they can afford a lot of stars.
Cash-rich owners.
I believe in
Lions fans.
Sheila Fordham. If Brad wants to make this happen, he will make it happen.
And like I've been saying this multiple times now too, we're in the position now. We don't know what they would do or how they will do it in that situation because they've never been in a position to need to do that. Now they are. So we'll see how they act when they act. Because we've never had this many big, cap hits at the same time with this organization of guys that you need to re-sign. How many? We went fucking 10 years without signing a guy we drafted to a second contract, you know, basically. But now that you have these, that's where it arises. What does Brad Holmes, what does Sheila Fordham do in this situation? We've never seen it before, so we got to see how they react to it.
Justin Finn, easy. Have you never not been nervous and paranoid about? I'm not nervous or paranoid. I'm telling you, he's not going to do it. I'm not being nervous or paranoid at all. I'm being studious of the things he's done in the past.
Yes. I would be very surprised if this happened. Like,
this is equivalent to signing a big free agent.
Yeah.
Has he ever done that?
No.
It's not going to happen, guys.
David Montgomery, probably the biggest deal. Maybe DJ Reader.
This is you giving up assets and then go sign that free agent.
Yeah.
You got out of your fucking mind. Now, maybe this is different
things
than...
change because, like, he's said multiple times, people have said in that organization, that we're a piece away. We're trying to get that piece to put us over the edge.
He didn't say that, though.
I mean, he's been making calls for top-tier talent to put opposite it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's saying it without saying it.
That's fair.
Saying he thinks they're one piece away.
The one thing I'll say, and I don't want to give anybody a false hope, but I will say this. I mean, it is a different position than the Jerry Sneed. Like, I think defensive end's more valuable than
much more valuable
cornerback, so maybe that's the difference.
And they've got the cap space now. Like I said, bring him home, sign and give him a $100 million signing bonus. Boom.